anybody else gets on, and anybody that's watching in on the recording. You know, Sarah said she had a 5K or something this morning. I thought it was tomorrow for some reason. Anyway, so yeah, so Tubi mindset, like I don't want to keep doing calls about Tubi mindset, but holy crap, I feel like that's kind of what's going on right now. So you kind of should like talk a little bit about it. I just saw Melanie posted in the Diamond and Above group this morning, the follow-up that she is sending to all of her people. So I will post that in the team page, just a little like she uses Google Streak for her tracking, and she, which if you have a Google Gmail account, Streak is a really great tool for tracking. I've tried it. For me right now, pen and paper is working. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm doing like Google document or Google Sheet to like kind of keep track of the people that I'm talking to. Of course, tracking your business is super, super important because you're going to have all these conversations with people, and like you're using Facebook Messenger to track them. It's a really terrible idea, because what if like Facebook goes down and then you have no idea who you're talking to, you know? So it's really important to try to get people's email address. And Facebook, if you are messaging a lot of people in Facebook, sometimes Facebook puts you in Facebook jail because they think you're spamming people through Messenger. So then you have like no ability to contact people through Messenger. Sometimes it's 24 or 48 hours. But still, like if you're trying to get people into a group and you can't respond to them, they're like, well, this lady doesn't even care, so I'm gonna go sign up with somebody else, you know, or like they're uninterested anymore, or, you know, they just stop responding to you. So, okay. So just an FYI, if you can, you know, I know it's hard to like ask people to put their email out there on a public post. Sometimes I usually run into that issue. Like if I say, drop your email below and I'll send you the details, I get probably 50% less traction from people that will put their email. So I might say in the post, message me your email, or if they've commented on my post, like I'll say, drop, you know, a me below if you're interested, then I'll send them in that thread, hey, message me your email address. So that way they see that you've responded, and then you have your emails, and then you can literally just go in and, you know, you can plug them all into Streak, or you can, you know, put them in some kind of a Google document and then just copy and paste those emails. So when you send out like a bulk email, like what Melanie did this morning, was send out a bulk email to all of her people that haven't purchased yet and said, hey, listen, like our group is kicking off with prep week on Monday. This is, you know, what, if you haven't enrolled yet, can I answer any questions for you, blah, blah, blah. So just email tracking is a really great way to, especially on Instagram too, because I feel like people will, you know, message you their email, or if you're using Linktree, that's a really great spot for people to like click in there and all of that. So my goal for this next month is to get a little bit better about my tracking system, because I'm really terrible. And I would tell you guys, like, pen and paper is great, but when you have to carry like 3 different notebooks around and all your highlighters and stuff, it's kind of embarrassing. Like when you could just easily whip out your phone and be like, doot, 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 like, there we go, I'm done. Like, we're in 2018 now, Ashley. Like, maybe you should stop using, you know, a stone tablet and like a sketch pad, because it's just we kind of will dive into that a little bit more in our new coach training too. But anybody that's not using a system, I would recommend taking the time to, you know, whether it's 15 to 30 minutes of your week, to either watch a video on Google Streak and see if it's something that interests you, or depending on if you want to pay for a system, you can. I know Teamsy is really good. I've used a free trial of it before and liked it. My Connection Builder is through another, like Jesse Reagan does this social media training. He uses this My Connection Builder. That's a really good tracking system, but they do cost like upwards of like 20 to 40 bucks a month. So it just depends on what you're willing to invest in your business. But for me, like where I am in my business right now, it's something that's worth investing in, because I've just got to get better about it. So So anyway, To Be Mindset, ideally, you know, we have the promos going on until June 3rd, and then they go up $20 on June 4th. So I actually was talking with Michaela yesterday, and we were talking about like Success Club points and things like that, and hitting numbers, and like, you know, a lot of people are seeing a lot higher numbers with To Be Mindset coming out because a lot of people are interested, and this is a completely different market than what we normally see with a lot of our programs, because I mean, I'm getting a lot of older women who have injuries, who can't work out, and who want to do something that's going to help them lose weight still, even though they can't work out. And, you know, when you've been gearing your posts towards fitness for so long, it's like, well, there's this whole new other market over here that I haven't even talked to, because none of these people that I'm talking to can work out, or maybe they have some limiting things, or maybe they do CrossFit and they suck at nutrition. So they want, you know, something to kind of bridge that gap. So, so whichever way you spin it, you know, whether you're and you can do it every single way. You can talk to people, you know, you can gear your posts towards people who struggle with nutrition, emotional eating, eating disorders, yo-yo dieting, all of those things. You can target your posts to talk to people who can't work out and still want to lose weight. You can target your posts to older women who don't particularly want to work out, or maybe they have some kind of limiting abilities. My mom, for example, is all about this program. She's had one knee replaced. She needs her other knee replaced. She hates to work out. And she's like, this is perfect for me, because we've literally gone through just about every Beachbody workout for her, and she hates them all and she can't do them because it causes her pain. So, you know, little things like that. This is a great one for, you know, to reach out to family members and stuff too, and say, hey, you know, I know nutrition is something you've been struggling with, or I know you've asked me in the past about Shakeology. What's great about this is you get lifetime content of all of this nutrition stuff in addition to trying your Shakeology. So there's a ton of different ways to approach this and share this and reach out to those who maybe you've, you know, kind of skipped over in the past because they're not a workout type person, or they've, you know, just they've fallen off, or, you know, whatever it is. And again, like that, this promo ends on June 3rd, but so this is a really great opportunity, you know, to fill the rest of your month with these kind of conversations. And a lot of times what happens is we'll see kind of an upswing 4 to 6 weeks later. So people will express interest, and then if they don't enroll, then they go into like a watch and wait period. So then they watch, they wait, they watch, they wait, and they continue to watch what you do. They continue to see, like, A, is this person getting results from this program? B, are they going to fall off the wagon? Unfortunately, our society loves to see people fail. So people are like, oh, they're starting this new program. Let's see how long that lasts, you know, and that's a terrible way to think about it. But sometimes there are people out there who are watching and waiting because they're like, this can't be real life. Like, they can't really get these kind of results at home. They can't really, you know, and they really want to see if it's legit, and especially if they're investing a good chunk of change. So watching, waiting, and a lot of times, usually 4 to 6 weeks later, you'll see that upswing come back around, where people will say, okay, I'm ready. Or, you know, they'll wait until your next group, or they'll say, okay, tell me what I need to do. So all of these conversations we're having right now, even if they don't amount to anything, you know, by the end of the month, you've planted that seed, you're building that relationship, and you're showing them that, hey, I'm not giving up on you. Like, I'm still over here doing my thing. I get it. You're not ready. That's fine. I'm not going to come over there knocking down your door, trying to sell you all kinds of stuff and, you know, make you do this thing that I'm doing, but I'm still going to be here doing my thing, and I'm here to support you when you're ready. So, continuing that, you know, just that mindset, that To Be mindset, throughout the month, and knowing that even if these conversations, like I was telling Michaela yesterday, the numbers that I've talked to versus the numbers of people that have enrolled are almost depressing if I look at it that way. I've had a really, really great month, and I cannot complain about that. Thank you, Jesus. But the numbers of people that I've talked to versus the ones that enrolled are like 10, maybe 10%. maybe 10% of people that I've talked to have enrolled. And usually that's about right. For every 10 people that you talk to, one person will usually sign up. And I know that sounds kind of terrible, but that just means that we continue to build our network. We continue to expand our social media. We continue to find more people to talk to, and we continue to keep filling that funnel, that pipeline of fresh people that are potentially interested. So ask for referrals also. If somebody you're talking to is like, you know what, I think I'm going to hold off, I would say, do you have anybody that you might, be interested, or that might be interested in doing this too? Or going back and asking, how we did that post, I'm looking for 10 to 20 women who are interested in losing 10 to 40 pounds. Ask those people, hey, do you mind posting on your Facebook wall and tagging me in it? Hey, my friend Ashley is looking for 10 people who are interested in losing 10 to 40 pounds. If you would be interested, comment below. And then you are getting an entire new audience of people from their Facebook page. So even if you just do that with 5 friends, great. If you just signed up somebody who's a discount coach, awesome. Like, have them do it. Your spouse, have your spouse do it, or your mom or your friend, or whoever else. And that gives you an entirely new audience.
Can I do down pictures?
Yes, I can. So, so all kinds of really awesome ways to reach out and connect with new people as well. So, so who wants to share some progress, some victories, or anything from this week? Anyone? Do you have ponytails?
Yeah.
Or questions or anything like that?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
About asking people to share that post. My hesitation with that is I feel like it makes me look greedy or something. Like people are gonna see that and go, "Oh, she's just trying to get people to sign up," kind of stuff. I don't want.
Well, can I say, okay, so yes, I totally get your point, and it does get really uncomfortable. I'm Michaela, by the way. I'm one of Ashley's coaches. I've been with her for like 3 years. So there's a couple things that you can do. One, it's kind of one of those things where it's like when you're doing something, don't you want to do it with like a friend or a family member? Like instead of being the one that does it and then have your friends be like, oh my God, what have you been doing 6 weeks later? And it's like a lot of people want to wait and see if it works for you before they do it. But then at the same time, like doing something alongside of somebody, like safety in numbers almost, like making it more of a group thing. So like having them invite their friends and family to do it with them. And I always maybe offer an incentive. Like if any of your friends do end up signing up, offering them like a little referral bonus almost or something like that, then it kind of makes up for that. And yeah, totally salesy, but at the same time, you're sharing a product. How many times do you see somebody be like, oh my God, this restaurant was so yummy, or you guys have to try this out, or when you get a great pair of leggings, you share that, or if there's a really good sale, it's kind of the same thing. You're just sharing an amazing offer or amazing program or tool that works, and everybody shares all the time. I mean, most of businesses are word of mouth, and it's the same thing. So I mean, and just ripping the Band-Aid off and doing it the first time. Like I've never made one of those posts. Like, I mean, I might've done it like once or twice, but I've never really been the one to be like, do you want to lose 10 to 20 pounds? And do you struggle with this? And you don't want to work out? And I did that. And I wanted to throw up when I posted it, but I had seen the top coach or whatever post to do it. And I saw all these other coaches do it. And I had like 30 people message me, and I've had people sign up. And I wanted to throw up when I posted that because it was so salesy. And I'm used to doing these like elaborate, like, ooh, here's a great picture and all these words. And I put all this heart and soul and get crickets, like get nothing. And you put out a post like that that's just so straightforward. People know what you do. They know you're a Beachbody coach. So it's like when you put something out there, it's kind of surprising how much traction you get off of something so straightforward and salesy. So my sister,
I did it. It was bananas.
Well, it's going to be bananas. Well, okay. Look at all those people that were interested. All those, your friend that's going to post it or your family member that's going to post it is going to get just as much traction because there's that many people in this world right now that struggle with nutrition who don't want to work out.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so, rip the Band-Aid off.
Don't be selfish. Share that shit.
Share that shit.
Like, I know that we are like you know, with Beachbody, we are such a community of like encouragers and supporters, and like we never lead with the product. Like, I mean, okay, we never like, here's my keto coffee, I'm drinking my keto coffee, come drink, you know, like, I mean, that's literally, and you see packets of this all over social media because that's what people are posting. They're posting their product, you know, and we lead with ourselves, and we lead with our results, and we lead with our lifestyle, and we lead with our community, and we lead with nutrition. And I think, you know, we do things a little different. We do things different with our training. We do things different with our recruiting, with, you know, all of our, we're just going to say mindset is the word of the day. Like Pee Wee Herman, scream when you hear the word mindset. So like our mindset is completely different than somebody else who is in a direct sales MLM, like in it for the product, you know, trying to make money. And I think we prove again and again that we are here to help people. And I think when you think about, you know, all right, I wonder how many sales I'm going to get when I do this post, like, then obviously we're in the wrong mindset. And if we think about like, how many people can I help by doing this post? You know, how many lives can I change? Then, you know, then that makes a huge difference. And it, you know, the wording is different than what we're used to. But again, like Michaela said, I do these heart and soul posts all the time, and I'll be sitting there writing, you know, 10 minutes tearing up about all my emotion. I'll get 4 likes, and then I'll do a post about, hey, who wants to sit on the couch and watch videos and lose weight? And everybody is like running out of the, woo, me! So I'm like, okay.
I mean, honestly, it's really sad, but our society that you guys, I know, all know this. Everybody's looking for that instant gratification and the easiest route to it. And I do think that there's a lot of people who are going to be a little, that this is not going to work for them because they are literally looking for a magic way to lose weight. And these, just watching these videos, if they don't apply that, they're not going to get anything out of that. And be prepared. If you have 10 people that sign up, be prepared to only maybe have 3 that really get anything out of it. Because I mean, honestly, 70% of people who diet or try to do a new program or whatever don't stick with it. It's that 30% that actually are ready to change. It's like a smoker. You're not going to quit smoking if you're not ready to quit smoking. And these people think they're going to sign up for this magic thing, and it's not going to work because they're not ready to do it. So just be prepared for that too. And it's, you know, it's been a hard thing for Ashley and I to learn. We will tend to want to drag people along because we've gotten the results. We know it works, but then other people don't get it. And you want it so bad for them, and you have to be able to let them go, you know, just be prepared. I don't know how long either one of you guys have been coaching, but just be prepared that this isn't, you're not going to be able to help every person. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's exciting.
That's what it's for. But I think, and what you're just saying now, so I have a few people signed up, and I already know who the people are who just are going to phone it in. They're not going to get anything out of it. And I had one of them say to me, I forget exactly how she said it, but she said something like, do you think I can do this? This is really scary for me. I don't like vegetables. I'm afraid of change, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that. Well, I mean, give it a shot. Like, we'll do it together. We'll figure this out. But
one of the coaches just talked about when they're nervous and they're hesitant, instead of letting them continue to be nervous and hesitant, to really focus on their excitement. So when they say, I'm nervous, I don't know if this is going to work, I don't like veggies, you need to be like, but aren't you so excited for the change? I mean, aren't you excited to be able to put on that pair of jeans, and keep them in that excitement zone instead of that nervous, is this going to work zone? So
the way that I framed it with her is, you know, she keeps talking about how uncomfortable she is. She's uncomfortable in her own skin. She feels gross, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you have to decide which kind of uncomfortable you're willing to deal with. The uncomfortable that you're feeling right now, where you feel disgusting, you're not comfortable in your own skin, or the uncomfortable where you're changing your mindset to get better at fueling your body. I mean, that's 2 things, mindset. We'll keep it count.
I mean, I think you're going to be an awesome coach because you've already got a lot of that figured out, and I mean, you're going to be great. So yeah, that's awesome. Amy, how long have you been coaching?
Like 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
How are you doing with the mindset? Do you have a group going? Are you co-hosting one with Ashley?
Probably co-hosting for my first one. Like I just had I've been messaging with people and following up with them, and then I had one lady message me yesterday and said she was going to talk to her husband. She's probably going to sign up this weekend, so I sent her the link for it and everything. So I'm just waiting.
You ladies have been, I mean, what a better time to be a coach than right now, like with the opportunity that, you know, with this program, with the interest that we're having, like, I mean, it's, and then okay, summer is like right around the corner. And so the only downfall about summer is like people start to go on vacations and they kind of put their fitness and nutrition on hold. But this couldn't come at a better time because we usually see, hold on, I'm sorry guys. Duke, come on. We have this like random neighborhood cat that like teases the dog out right on the other side of the fence, and he just stands there and barks at it, and it just stands there, like sits there and wags its tail. But so summer is usually, you know, we have a little bit less interest because people are like, oh, I'm traveling, I'm on vacation, I don't, you know, I'm not really ready to do this. But I think, you know, the ability to share this, like, hey, you don't have to work out every day. So like if you're going on vacation, you can still apply these principles to your nutrition while you're on vacation. You can still take your shakes with you and still continue to lead a healthy lifestyle and have healthy habits. And you have the ability to stream these workouts too if you want to do them while you're on vacation. But I think, you know, all of that is just going to continue to compound. And if we can continue to share, you know, how we're doing it and like showing people that like, yeah, I'm going to be out of town for a week, but I can still do this, you know, I can still stay healthy, and sharing, you know, look, I'm going out to eat, but I can still eat a healthy meal. And, you know, just these little things. And then even sharing that internally with our group, that we're still, you know, keeping up with these habits. It's going to help us long-term as well. And then even too, like to go back into this, you know, I usually, Michaela, you can probably speak to this too, like right around September, like once kids get back in school, there's another big upswing, and moms are like, all right, I'm ready to recommit to my health and fitness. Like I'm ready to lose, you know, the 5 pounds I gained on Memorial Day and Labor Day and 4th of July and all the eating that I did.
And getting back into a routine and stuff. There's definitely like different waves throughout the year. Like you'll notice around like November, December is always a really tough time because people are Christmas shopping. And then the first of the year, obviously with New Year's resolutions, gets really busy. I think that early spring is always a good time too, because people are thinking bathing suits and tank tops and shorts. So you'll see an upswing in that. But then like Ashley says, in the midst of the summer months, it does get a little difficult because people are spending their money on vacations or they're traveling. You'll get a lot of people who say, oh, I don't want to start now because I'm going to be going on vacation in a week or in 2 weeks. I'll start when I get back. And then they spend too much money and then they have to wait to start, you know? And so it's like learning to tell people like, you can take this with you. And, you know, everyone's always like, I'm going to start someday, but like, when are you going to make someday your day? And so it's always tough. But then yes, back to school is always a really big one. Early fall works, and then it does drop off again. And so it is frustrating, and there's nothing you can do about those cycles. But building, I don't know if Ashley's had you guys read the compound effect yet, but there's a part in there about like pumping your well. And like when you start pumping your well, it's very slow and it might just be a drop here or there, but you have to just consistently keep pumping that well, and then eventually the water starts to trickle. And just because the water is starting to come out and trickle doesn't mean that you can stop, because it will dry up. You have to always continue to pump. And my point is, and Ashley and I talked about this yesterday too, was when you start getting momentum or you hit your goal for a month, you can't stop. Like you have to continuously be consistent, because once you do stop, then the conversations stop and everything stops. So like Ashley and Kelly both are sitting at over 20 SE points, or let's just say they've helped 10 people. So they've hit some goals. But if they were to slow down now, then that's going to like slow them down for the start of the next month. But if they continue to go, then they continue to grow, you know? And so just always remember to stay consistent. And it doesn't matter on those slow times throughout the year. If you're consistent, you'll still get people who are signing up. So.
And then we'll have
Okay, so what I'm afraid of is that is that back to school swing. So when I'm going back to work after being off and lazy for my summer, this is going to pick up all over again. It's going to be a great thing. I'm excited for it, but good to know. A little mental prep before we get there.
Are you a teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I get jealous of teachers because I feel like in the summer months, they get more time to work their business, but then also you have, I don't know if you have kids or not. So it's a tough time. I'm like a year round full-time employee. So I'm like one of those people that has to fit my power hours in throughout my day, or I just kind of work throughout my entire day. And it's very hard. And my time management's probably my roughest, but I'll say like, just get in the habits even throughout the summer so that you can sustain it in the fall. So, and Sarah's a teacher. Yeah, Sarah's a teacher, and I'm sure that she can give you, she's not on the call this morning, but she's one of our team, and she's killing it. So I'm sure, can give you some good tips on how to balance it. So. Amy, what do you do?
I work in sales full-time for Spectrum, so I do inbound sales and cable and internet and voice.
So you have a little bit of sales experience. That's okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm actually a bar restaurant / manager. I've been in the bar industry for 15 years. And so I've got like that customer service edge about me. That's probably why I like to do this, but I'm getting ready to go back to school and change careers. So I have a whole new way of learning how to fit my Beachbody into now working full-time, school, kids, and, just life. So
yeah.
I can handle it. I got it.
Changing to what? If you're getting out of?
I am actually I've got 3 classes to take for my prereqs, and then I'm going to do radiology technology for 2 years and get my associates. And then I'm going to continue on after that and get certified with radiation therapy. And I don't even know quite honestly what a radiation therapist does, except that they make like 20 to 30,000 more a year than me. I really like math and science. I like helping people. And I know that this is going to be like a career that I can do anywhere. So like if I ever wanted to move back closer to my parents when they get older, I could. And I need to get away from my current owners. I've worked for them for 15 years. And if you've never read The Energy Bus, there's this term in there that they call people energy vampires, where they just suck the positive energy out of your life. And they are literally sucking the energy out of me. So it's time. When I like my power, like my daily devotional on my birthday this year talked about like when you start dreading what you're doing every day in whatever it is that you're doing, then it means that you've served your purpose through God or whatever. And it's time to move on. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just time. And it's just like, it couldn't have come at a better time. I was like, enroll. But I would never.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I would never be at this point in my mindset, or anything if it wasn't for Beachbody though. I mean, I've been doing Beachbody for 3 years and I've made a complete change. I mean, you can ask Ashley, we were like Hot Mess Express back in the day, and I'm a completely different person now. And I would never be at this point in my life or have this much drive to want to change something in my life if it wasn't for Beachbody. So, Beachbody is great for losing weight, but it can change your life in many ways. So
that's exactly why I am here and why I decided to finally sign on. I mean, I've been a customer of Beachbody for 4 years and have gone back and forth on coaching. And I think the energy vampires at school are just bleeding us all dry. And I just need something to feel excited about and, get focused on the positivity. So yeah, absolutely. This is that for me too.
That's exciting. That's really cool. Are you coming to Summit? Are either one of you guys coming to Summit this year?
No, which is a bummer because it's in Indianapolis, so I could totally be there in an hour and a half.
You could still go.
I can't come this year. We have stuff on that weekend with my family.
It's a very like powerful to be around 20,000 other like-minded positive individuals, and it totally could change your business. And you'll be there next year or whatever, but it is like you said, it's like to put yourself in a community like that there's just nothing else like it. So especially when you need it in your life. So
need it.
Yeah. Sorry, Ashley. We just kind of started talking. You take back over your call.
I don't have anything I don't have anything important to say. I'm just over here eating my breakfast, drinking my coffee. Like, go ahead, I'm good. So I was trying to think what I had.
Well, I know you've had them before, so I don't know if the other girls struggle or not with this, but like we talked about yesterday with the scheduling posts, so I've been sitting here trying to like jot down like my Monday through Friday or like Saturday ideas. Do you have any kind of like templates or calendars or like things that you post? Could you share something like that? And then I wrote down to share that Shane Fry Power Hour too. I forgot to do it when I got here yesterday.
So I'll just fill you guys in. So Michaela and I had a really good call yesterday, business building kind of call, and talking a little bit about like, she, just mentioned that she struggles with time management, and oh my gosh, my kids just let the dog out again, and I'm going to lose my mind. Hold on.
Well, I can continue that since I was the other person on the call. So I do, I give myself 2.5 hours in the morning. I wake up at 4:30 and I don't have to start getting ready for work until 7. And my workouts, I'm still doing 80-day sessions. So it's an hour. So I have an hour and a half in the morning, and I find myself not getting anything done because I spend so much time checking with challengers, creating my post for my challenge group, working on my IG or Facebook stories or my posts. And I'm like, Ashley, like by the time I'm done with doing those things, I have no time to do any kind of follow-ups, invites, starting conversations or anything. And it's like, I feel like an hour and a half is just such a long time for me to be wasting on these. And she was like, you need to start scheduling your posts. Like on Sunday nights, just do like a brain dump, write out your Monday through Saturday, come up with ideas of things that you want to post on those days. And we even talked about like, if I have an hour or something on a Sunday to, yes, this is going to sound really cheesy, but to actually like go downstairs, take some pictures or videos, change my outfit, do like my Tuesday workout, and then change my outfit again, do my Wednesday workout, and not to say doing the whole workout, but just some moves or some pictures, and then being able to edit those throughout the week so that I'm not having to spend so much time every day doing those tasks. And so you'll come up with some ideas like that to save time. So I'm hoping that helps me because I'm wasting so much time on it. So
so there's another coach that is on the dream team that she did a little training once, and she was like, here's the thing, like she's like, I get up every morning and I work out like every single day. That's what I do. She was a teacher. She's like, I get up at 4:30, I work out, I shower, I go to school by 7, and then I'm there until 4, and then I come home and work my business, and then I go to bed. Didn't have any kids, like single mom, or not single mom, married, no kids. So she literally works her business, works her business, and then works out in there too. So she's like, I will take all of my workout pictures on a Sunday, and then I'll use them every day, lay her clothes out for the week or whatever. So she's like, that way I'm not getting up in the morning and having to worry about what am I going to post? What am I going to wear? What am I going to do? And she's like, I'm still doing my workout. It's just, my picture is just taken at a different time. And so she said, somebody had asked her one time, because she didn't change her sports bra in all of her pictures. Like she threw on a different tank top or whatever. And somebody was like, do you seriously wear the same sports bra all week long? And she was like, yeah, it's my favorite sports bra. I do. Like, she's like, so I realized I have to change my sports bra because that just looked really gross for people that, but she was saying, there are little things that you can do to give yourself a little bit more grace, or give yourself a little bit more time, or, and if time management is something that you struggle with, then, or maybe you're the kind of person that sits down and it takes you 30 minutes to write a post. And I will tell you, like, if you can't get it done in 10 minutes, then it's probably like, then you're going to have to come back to it later or something, because it shouldn't take, a solid hour that you could be putting towards, building relationships and having conversations to, write something that, and not to sound like a jerk, but like sometimes people don't even care to read it, and that's unfortunate, because you'll post something, put your heart and soul in it, and then you'll get like 0 traction, and you're like, gosh, like, did anybody even read that? Because that was really good, or like.
Yeah. And it's crazy too. Like you literally can post, like put your heart and soul and be like, this is the best post ever, and get nothing. And then you can put out like a quote, like never miss a Monday, or you know, like something just so like simple with a picture and all these people like it. And it's like, what? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
You just don't know. And like, and I have fallen into that where I'm like spending 30 minutes on a post and, you know, listening to Ashley say that, it's like, it's so true. I'm like wasting time because honestly, 30 minutes of working on words that people are going to scroll right past compared to spending 30 minutes starting conversations or commenting on other people's posts or whatever is so much, it's going to build your business more than that one post is going to do. So.
And I know we usually say like post, you know, 2 to 4, 3 to 5, whatever times a day on social media. So I'll find that like if I, you know, maybe I posted something on Monday morning that like has a ton of traction and a ton of that has a ton of traction and random screaming, you know, a ton of comments or, you know, it's like a lot of people are responding or something. I won't rush to like try to post something else real quick because that one is what's going to pop up in people's newsfeed. That's what people are seeing. So don't feel like you have to post, you know, 5 times a day, especially if you have just one post that's doing really well, you know? So like whenever I did that nutrition post, who wants, you know, 10 to 20 women or whatever to lose whatever, that I did that like on a Thursday morning and I don't even know that I posted anything for the rest of the day because it kept getting comments and it kept popping up. So I do that with, you know, like the other night I was like, oh, I know, like I haven't been on social media all day. I know I need to post something, but I didn't have anything to say. And I wasn't going to sit and scroll, you know, for 30 minutes trying to look for a quote or look for something or, you know, so I was like, oh, well, like that's okay. I don't need to post something right now, you know? So like trying to be a lot more intentional with what you're putting out there. And, you know, even if it's only 1 to 2 posts a day, oh, well, you know, aim for something that quality over quantity. So, so definitely, you know, and I feel like with this new program, you know, I don't know enough about it yet to like be out there constantly sharing all this stuff. But if there's one little tidbit that I learn, then I'm going to share that. Like if there's one little thing that benefits me or, you know, I've doubled up my veggies on breakfast and I'm really excited about it. Like Caitlin, I saw your post this morning, you about, you know, you wanted all the extra veggies or whatever in your breakfast. Like little things like that, you know, can really help somebody kind of like see the light or like see a different variation of, you know, and like, oh, like this isn't just, you know, selfies and Shakeology and, you know, all that stuff. Like there's really something more to this and I'm really interested in it. So I don't have too much else to say. Does anybody have any questions or anything you guys want to touch on? I know we usually do our new coach calls on Sunday nights, and Deidre and we still haven't decided if we're going to do one tomorrow because it's Mother's Day. But if there's anything that you guys have questions about, we can cover it today. Caitlin, you're muted. Oh.
Sorry. Okay, so as we roll out a to be mindset question. As we roll out the group, and I try to look in the back office and see, you know, if we're sort of doing the videos together, are we leaving people to do them on their own? Should I connect with my challengers and say, hey guys, I'm watching this one, and this one today, watching with me, let's talk about it. Like what's the plan, boss?
I don't know. I mean, I think we've all been trying to figure out like, what are we going to do with, you know, because it's not like a 21-day fix. Like, it's not like day 1, here's your video, day 2, you know, it's like, here's 42 videos, go get them, Tiger, you know? And so I think, you know, if we can kind of just continue to introduce those things, and the challenge group guide in the back office will give us a little bit more direction. But I think, you know, and I told my mom this last night, like, you have to be able to commit like to 15 minutes a day to putting this knowledge into your brain. And if that means you watch the first 3 videos Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday so you can get it in your brain, then great, do it. And I think, you know, what we need to do is just be really, you know, open and communicate with our people and say, I'm working through these just like you are, because I've made it through the video all the way down to carbohydrates. And I was hoping to be through all of these videos by now, but let's talk about real life. So I think, just saying, I'm really trying to understand this. And as somebody who, doesn't have a ton of experience as a registered dietitian, I've taken a nutrition course as a nurse. I'm familiar with how to count carbs and calories and things like that. But trying to understand it on a more scientific level a little bit, and then on a much more emotional level as well. And I think that's kind of how we can connect with our people and say, like, hey, you know what, you want to make this change. You know that when you work through this, it's going to help you implement things. And then I think, sharing the resources too. Like, these are the food lists that, I told my mom this last night too, like, you're not limited to just eating what's on those food lists. Like, you don't have to only eat, which, there's just about every food on there. But you're not limited to those things. So don't think that you can't have, whatever else. But kind of diving in and sharing, like, there's so many things in here that you can benefit from. Sorry, my kids are distracting me. I just went off on a tangent there for a little bit. But yeah, just, I think this is really going to be kind of a trial by fire program, because we don't know it. We've not, we've seen the test group results. We know people are implementing these practices. We know that, that it's working really well. Who is that?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, this is Maddox. That's what I got up for. I'm like, it's 8:45 and he's still sleeping. Get up. I'm at my parents' house this weekend. So he sleeps on like a twin mattress that's on the floor, and I sleep up in the bed with my 5-year-old. My husband didn't come. I wake up this morning, he was like making sounds, and I'm like, I get up and I'm like, where's he at? He's not in bed. I'm like, oh my God. I lift up the bed skirt and he's sleeping underneath the bed with the bed skirt down. I'm like, oh my God.
I didn't even recognize him at first. He just looks so different. I don't know. Maybe
he's got some crazy allergies going on. So his eyes are like really puffy. This is the first morning that he's woke up that I haven't had to like wipe his eyes to get them open.
Oh my God.
So it's been a mess, but yeah, he's getting big.
Yeah, I totally.
He's a doll.
Oh, thanks.
I'm texting my husband because my kid has soccer practice, and my husband is sending me pictures like, first scrimmage, they're all wearing pennies and everything. And then he's like, he scored! Damn it, I missed it!
Oh no!
See, next time just take the call with you so that you can have it in your ear and still watch.
I will next time. I just don't want to, I don't know. I didn't want to be that parent today who's like working and at practice, not really, I don't know. Whatever, next time. It's all right.
Yeah. There's like Sarah's always at stuff, and like slowly they're just turn her video off or mute herself and just like have the call in the back of her ear.
Yeah.
So, feel free to always do that. It's just cool that you got on.
Next weekend. Dang it.
Yeah. I'll probably be at baseball next weekend.
Another to be mindset thing.
Yeah.
So I too am to the carbohydrates video. And I said this morning across the kitchen table to my husband, people are going to watch this carb video and go, what am I doing? Like, how do I get all of these things in? So I'm going to have him sort of watch it with me and ask me his questions so that I can see those things coming. But that's the video that I think is going to make people swim a little bit and panic and go, oh my God, this is too much for me. I can't do this.
Yeah. So I want to go in and girls.
That was actually the video that I was watching right before the call started. And I got about which is the second time I've started it, but I got about halfway through the carbohydrates and I was like, oh, the call's starting. So I need to finish it. But yeah. And it's weird because I've been a 21-day fixer for 3 years. And now I've been doing this timed nutrition with 80-day. And it's definitely different because like I eat butternut squash like it's a vegetable, so I eat like a green serving of it, and I don't know, like beans were always like a healthy fat or something, and it's just weird to me. It's going to be really different. And I told Ashley yesterday, like I'm a very black and white. Like, you give me a formula and I can follow it. You tell me what I'm supposed to eat at what time I'm supposed to eat it, and I'll eat it. And this Time Nutrition has worked better for me than anything else has ever worked. And I love it. And I've gotten really great results from it. So this whole opening up this like gray area of being able to eat and do whatever I want is, to me, a little overwhelming, and it almost gives me some anxiety because that's not like my personality. And I don't think that 2B Mindset is going to be for everybody, just like Time Nutrition is not for everybody, and just like 21 Day Fix containers or Weight Watchers is not for everybody. And so Katie Ersta talked about it. She loves 2B Mindset, and she's like, you're going to find something that you absolutely love, and that's going to be the tool in the market that you get. So 2B Mindset may not be my go-to. I may stay with the Portion Fix or the Time Nutrition, and that's just the market that I go towards. Whereas I have coaches like Kelly or Cindy that 2B Mindset is really going to work for, and it's going to work for them, and those are going to be the tools that they can offer people. So just know that there's multiple options of programs and nutrition plans that are going to work for different people, but you can't necessarily market to everybody.
Right.
So don't try to have 100 things to offer to people. Get like one thing that like the back of your hand, and that's going to be what you give. So, and just know that there's other tools out there, but I don't know. I'm anxious to get through the videos and kind of see where it's at. The people that 2B Mindset is going to probably work great for, but for me personally, it's not my personality. So
see, I'm the opposite. I didn't do Time Nutrition because of my medication. I would have to be up at 4 a.m. and eating, and I wasn't going to do that. But I'm definitely a listen to your body, eat these things kind of person. So I think that for me, 2B Mindset is going to be really good. I just have to figure out, it's been a 4-year journey for me. I have to figure out how to create this little package that doesn't seem so crazy and overwhelming. And I love just like dividing my plate. That's so freaking simple. Just divide your plate. You can do this kind of stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, that's a good point. You're right. You can't market to everybody. If I were marketing to everybody, I would be up to my eyeballs in way too much work and way too many to keep up with. So keep it manageable. We're going to keep it manageable.
absolutely.
We were talking a little bit too yesterday about a lot of people that, they go into that diet mindset and they think that they have to eat like twice a day. They think that like I'm going to have my coffee and my banana, and then I'm going to have like a salad for lunch, and then I'm going to eat, a can of Healthy Choice soup for dinner, and that's it, and like it totally is changing their mindset and saying like, no, you actually need to eat a little bit more, and like you can eat a lot more and you can still lose weight. And I think that is probably the thing that so many people struggle with, not really knowing like what healthy food is, or like eating lean cuisines all the time and counting that as dinner, and like these are things that like I used to do all the time. Okay, I'll switch to light beer. I'll drink, diet soda. I'll eat, the lean cuisine that's low sodium or whatever. And like, that's my healthy food.
A lot of people too, like I just found out my mom eats one meal a day. She eats like a little Tombstone pizza every day, but she thinks because she's only eating one meal a day that it's okay that she just eats a pizza. And I have like a lot of people that I've talked to that are like, well, I only eat once a day and it's like this much food and I don't understand why I can't lose weight. And it's like, holy crap, well, you got to eat more than once a day. Like,
no, see, in my accidental coaching for the last few years, all I have said is eat the food. Just eat the food. You're going to be fine. Just make sure it's healthy food and it's going to be great. Gosh. Yeah. We'll see.
We'll just have to teach them like that. I posted that lasagna recipe, that like veggie lasagna recipe. And I had a ton of people that had messaged me about, oh my gosh, I can't wait to try that. Like that looks so delicious.
I didn't see the recipe. What, cause I tried the eggplant lasagna that was on Fixate.
No.
I fed it to my husband and he's like, what's in this? And he's like, wait a second, don't tell me. And so we both sat there and ate it, and neither one of us said anything about it being good or bad. And I ended up telling him it was eggplant. I mean, and it wasn't the most horrible thing. I definitely think I could have tweaked the recipe and made it better. But after the fact, and I had some left over, and it was like zucchini and eggplant. And he was like, "Are we going to have that again tomorrow?" I was like, "That's going in the trash. I did not like that." And he was like, "You didn't like it? Why did you make me eat it?" It was dinner, but it was
hard.
it's like if you don't try, you don't know. I've been eating a cauliflower pizza crust. It's not the actual fixate recipe, but I tweaked 2 different recipes and put it together to make it easier, and I love it. Like I like the other day I made an egg sandwich or something, and then I was like, oh, I need a vegetable with this. So I just warmed up the crust and dipped it in some all natural marinara or whatever, and it was like basically eating like cheesy bread, but it was my side. It was my vegetable. So there's definitely lots of things out there that you can do with vegetables that don't taste like vegetables.
Right. Yeah, it
But
was like a zucchini lasagna with like ricotta cheese and like marinara sauce.
yeah,
Throw in some like ground turkey or chicken, and it was
maybe the ground turkey or chicken would make it better, but don't do it with the eggplant.
yeah, probably not.
Mm-mm.
There's a cauliflower.
Eggplant's so squishy.
What'd you say?
Eggplant's so squishy. Like if you don't get all the moisture out of it, it just ends up steaming in whatever you make it with, and it's
Yeah, it was definitely a different texture that I couldn't really get through. The zucchini noodles were fine.
yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, I will let you go. I know it's Saturday weekend time. And I'll post the recording, and then I'm going to share that little follow-up email that Melanie had written. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of keep rocking and rolling, and shout out your victories in the team. If you have questions, post them in there, and we'll just keep making big things happen. Have an awesome weekend, ladies. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.